Investing in yourself. Investing in yourself. Or, in my brother's case, investing in his brother. I keep telling him, just leave a pile and leave it all to me. I'll take good care of it.
I think you're going to go before me. You've been out running around and smoking fire and all kinds of stuff. I think you're going before me.
All right, so we're sitting here chatting, just kind of thinking about different things that have kind of been impressed upon us throughout our lives, right?
Yeah.
And one of those things is investing in yourself.
It's really one of the most important things you can do. To take, not only, sometimes it costs money, but it doesn't have to.
Right.
So oftentimes it's just time or focus.
Right, there's some cost, but sometimes it's just the time, it's not a money.
It doesn't have to be monetary cost, but monetary cost can be a big motivator, right? If you spend a lot of money for a training program, you're more likely to show up and you're more likely to be engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if it's free, you devalue it. This is free. I don't need to go to that. Or I don't need to do that.
Yeah. What am I gonna learn?
Yeah. But how many trainings have we been to? So in the last 6 or 7 years, we've been doing a lot of personal development and spending a lot of time working on our health coaching business and some of our other stuff. So even with the Brothers Bistro stuff, those are things that we often get opportunities to go to these instructors, or conventions or trainings of some sort, right? A lot of times I'm super surprised that it's more about personally developing myself and less about the skill or the tactic or the whatever you need to do the business.
Yeah. Well, and there's some relief in that, right? We don't have to do it by ourselves. There's lots of people that have gone before us. You could think of reading a book as investing in yourself, right? But certainly going to a live curriculum that's led by someone maybe that's a little further down the road than you, that can provide some insight or some inspiration or both, right? Can really move you forward in a big way.
How many times have you been ready to stop doing something and then you go to some sort of an event, or you're just kind of not really jazzed about it? You go to an event and all of a sudden you've been re-inspired and you understand the vision of what you're trying to do.
Yeah, it's important that you do those kinds of things, and it's important that you do them regularly, to your point.
Yeah, I would say quarterly.
Maybe quarterly for sure, a couple of times a year, I would say, that you take some time out to go and be re-inspired with whatever it is you're doing.
Because we were talking about the 12-week year, which is kind of a good thing. You can reflect back on that 12 weeks. You can think about how can you inspire to do something. And I would say it's an investment in yourself that you can't not afford. Like, you might say, I don't have the money to do it. And a lot of times in our business, we'll say, put about 10% aside for your taxes, put about 10% aside for your training, put 10% aside for your church or whatever it is that you want to contribute to as a charity, and those are all good things. And if you do that, typically the money isn't the problem. And what you'll find, even if you're kind of dreading it before you go, is at the end you're like, man, I couldn't afford not to go to that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. And like we said before, it doesn't have to be a monetary thing. It doesn't have to be a stand-up thing. Think about the time and the energy you're investing just by making a good, healthy, nutritional choice for your food for dinner tonight. Right? That's going to pay big dividends. You think eating healthy is expensive? You ought to try living unhealthily.
How about the guy that we knew that didn't brush his teeth for like 40 or 50 years, and then he gets all of his teeth pulled out, right? That's the picture of this: be good to yourself, get good habits. He spent $100,000 or whatever pulling all his teeth and getting implants, whatever. And if you had just spent 10 minutes a day,
10 minutes a day, maybe a dentist appointment once a year or twice a year, for an actual cleaning.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, that is the thing, right? The same thing with going to the gym, right? You got to take time out to do these things.
Right.
It's an investment, and you got to, if you look at it as an investment, as you're trying to get, every day you want to be a little bit better, and the only way you're going to get better is by investing in yourself. And one of the neat things that you can do in this free society that we have is there's not a course you can't take. I mean, there's all kinds of training courses.
Well, because of the internet, right? Yeah, the internet. And look at this will probably be on YouTube or some TikTok or something like that. A lot of that stuff's right there. Like, these people have inspirational stuff right there, right in front of you, and a lot of it's free.
Yeah. So don't wait. Find some areas that you need to be inspired, maybe level up your game, and go out and get training. Get some training. Either, invest in yourself on YouTube. The challenge with YouTube and the other things is they're super self-directed. When you go to an event, you can't escape.
Right.
And it's really
right. So you can pick we tend to choose our strengths. So you pick something that maybe you aren't going to be quite as challenged at as if you did something else. We like to say healthy mind, healthy body, healthy finances. So those are 3 great categories to look at. Like, if you're not exercising and you need some sort of, there's lots of ways out there, and we can certainly give you some. There's some video instructing deals, and there's some, again, it's what we talked about before. You need to track it.
Yeah.
And then healthy finances, same thing. There's lots of tools and strategies for that. It just comes down to tracking it. And sometimes having a coach, having somebody walk alongside of you, makes it way, way easier. I know in our business, just having a buddy that you're both doing the same darn thing, it makes it way easier.
Yeah, it's the accountability that comes along with, you think about you're going to go to the gym, you're going to go to the gym with a buddy, or you're going to meet a buddy at the gym. That guy is waiting for you. That gal is waiting for you. They're counting on you to be there. And so there's more of an impetus to get there, and frankly, it's just more fun to do it with someone else than by yourself.
Yeah, you go to talk to any of these personal trainers, most of their people, they're not there because they're giving them all these great exercises, but they're there to keep them accountable. Like, you're going to show up and you're going to work for 30 minutes or an hour, or whatever it is, and that's it. And it's the same thing for all this other stuff. So if you need any more helps, tips, or inspiration or whatever, hey, you know what? You can fill out our health assessment on klarhealth.com. You can reach out to us through the messaging, but you definitely want to turn on the post notifications, hit the subscribe, and give us a big thumbs up. And with that, Brothers Bistro, out.